Hi there ladies and gentlemen, and thank you for tuning back in as we are going through the reaction video for State of Origin Game 2. Please remember to like and subscribe to the channel if you haven't done already, and also click that notification bell if you're enjoying what you've seen and if you want to see more. So if you don't know, I'm Anthony, I'm the host of Held Dominance, and this is my reactions to State of Origin 2. Perth's Optus Stadium is the venue for State of Origin Game 2 as we look to see if there will be an outcome, if Queensland win the game, or if the Blues can keep the Origin Shield in their coffers for at least one more game by winning this game. With the series on the line, Blues coach Brad Fittler has recalled a couple of familiar faces and handed out debuts to Matt Burton and Siosifa Talakai as they look to square things up in Perth. Manly Warhorse Jake Choroyevich and Roosters Angus Crichton are back in the fold with an eye to curbing the Maroons' dominance around the ruck, while Burton's towering bombs offer a second king option to relieve pressure on key playmaker Nathan Cleary. For the Maroons coach Billy Slater, the loss of Xavier Coates and Reuben Cotter to injury sees informed Cowboys Murray Tulagi come in on the wing for his Origin debut, and Rabbitoh's hardman Jay Arrow recalled to the squad after missing Game 3 last year for disciplinary reasons. The Blues will take some solace from the fact that they hammered Queensland 38 points to 6 in 2019 in the only Origin game played at the Optus Stadium, but Billy Slater's men have history on their side after winning the opener and will be full of confidence after a titanic defensive display in Sydney. Fittler has enjoyed great success since taking the helm in 2018, but defeating Perth will mean Queensland have won 2 of the past 3 series and give Slater a dream start to his Origin coaching career. So here are the final sides for the day. Unlike in Game 1, Brad Fittler has opted for a couple of changes on game day, where he chose to go in with the name side this time around. Jack Whiten is unavailable for COVID protocols. Bulldogs 5'8" Matt Burton has been called into the squad at centre, a position he's handled with ease during his Panthers 2021 season and their premiership charge. He lines up alongside former teammate Stephen Crichton, who has been promoted from the bench to starting centre with Katoni Staggs overlooked. Manly workhorse Jake Choroyevich omission from Game 1 caused plenty of debate, but he returns for his 14th Origin, along with Crichton, who was part of the series wins in 2018, 2019 and 2021. He was overlooked for the opener in Sydney as well. Cronulla powerhouse Siosifa Talakai is poised to make his Origin debut on a new-look Blues bench, alongside Crichton, Junior Paulo and hooker Damien Cook, who has been replaced in the starting lineup for Premiership-winning Panthers Api Gorosau. Cronulla's Nico Hines is the 18th man as he was in Sydney. The other new faces in the squad are Victor Radley, Clint Gutherson and McLean, forward Ryan Matterson, Tariq Sims and Regan Campbell-Gillard have all lost their places in the team. Now for the Maroons. The Maroons have been forced into a couple of changes after Reuben Cotter hurt his hamstring during the warm-up of the Cowboys game against Manly, and Xavier Coates' ankle injury still keeps him out from Game 1. Cowboys winger Murray Tulagi has come in the starting lineup as he's part of the extended squad in Sydney, while back rower Jay Arrow returns to the squad. A former Queensland under-20s and junior Kangaroo player Tulagi will become the 7th Bronco to be involved in Origin this year, with teammates Hamiso Tabuai-Fidel, Valentine Holmes, Tom Dearden, Jeremiah Nane and Cotter all featuring in the squad in Game 1, and Jordan McQueen joins the New South Wales squad for Perth. Broncos Tom Fledgler and Corey Oates have been added to the wider squad, with Titans forwards Paul Firmer and Warriors fullback Reece Walsh. But the call-up for the 18th man goes to Tom Dearden. So it was the Blues that got on the score sheets first of all, as on the 9th minute, Tino Fasamalawe was pinged for a ball strip by the Maroons, which was about 25 metres out. Nathan Cleary decided he's going for the 2, and he completes that easily. It was a great kick and reward for some early pressure from the Blues. But the first try of the game went to the Maroons, as Felice Kafusi got over the line with his arse hanging out, basically. After fast-moving play by the Maroons, the ball is in the hands of Kalen Ponga, whose short ball finds Felice Kafusi with half a gap. And after he was grabbed out with it, pulling his shorts down a little bit, he had enough strength about him to get through the Rugby Blues defender and score the first points for the Maroons in Game 2. Valentine Holmes extends the lead to 6 from a kick just right to the posts. But the Blues kept in touch 4 minutes later, as Matt Burton crosses the line for a try on his Origin debut. An ex-Panthers link up as Nathan Cleary is running across the line. After receiving the ball, he does a reverse kick back towards the left-hand side, where Matt Burton scoops up the ball, goes round the Maroons defender, and scores left of the posts, which Cleary extends the lead to on 30 minutes to 8 points to 6. Not long after that, Cameron Munster gets in the act, only 2 minutes later. Munster passes the ball on the halfway line to Kalen Ponga, who gets around Stephen Crichton on the right defence of the Blues. And as the recovery tackle was coming in, Ponga passes back inside to Cameron Munster, who's carried on his run, and he completes the move by going over the try line for the second try of the Maroons half. Val Holmes kicks the extras once more, and 32 minutes gone, and the Maroons ahead, 12 points to 8. It's 2 minutes before half time now, and one of the decisions that you could say cost the Maroons advantage and the lead. Well, it did. I'll tell you why. First of all, there was an error by Selwyn Cobbo, which was then pushed against with Harry Grant, causing a 6 again due to a ruck infringement. Daly Cherry Evans inside the 10 metres caused another set restart. Then Valentine Holmes gives away a penalty. This is all in a couple minutes spell. Then a couple minutes later, Daly Cherry Evans is inside the 10 metres once again. This was fast becoming a slow down exercise as halftime was coming on for the Maroons, and the referee had enough of it as he sent Felice Kafusi to the sin bin for a professional foul. It was not his fault, it's just a totting up of fouls and infringements and set 6 against that the referee had enough and said, "You're going to the bin." The Maroons were spoilers today. That's what they were doing. That was one of their tactics. Kafusi, actually, the tackle was being held and the referee was giving a lot of latitude, and Kafusi had his hands stood up, hands on the Blues player. Then, as other tacklers were getting off, he decided to lie down on the Blues man. You can see in the replays, he decided to lie down. The commentary team was going, "Why does he give that?" He's intentionally slowing down the play on the 1 metre line. Any other game, he'd be sin bin just for that. And it hurt the Maroons, that sin binning, as a minute before half time, Brian Toto went over for a Blues try. It was the Panthers connection as the ball was shifted from Nathan Cleary to Luai, Matt Burton And then Brian Tuttle went over on the left edge to score his first try of the game. And it was 14 points to 12 to the Blues. And they still had a man advantage for 8 minutes of the second half. The Blues came out with all the momentum because they received the ball off kickoff after kicking off the game to the Maroons. And most of the first 49 minutes was camped in the Maroons' 20-metre line. Felice Kafusi came back, but on the 49th minute, it was a Blues try once again. Still deep in the Queensland half, Queensland 20, it's Queensland 10 at this point. Nathan Cleary gets the ball out from right of the posts, goes right and throws an over the top ball to Daniel Tupou, who has the easiest walk in and go around try to extend the Blues lead to 14 points to 12, which Cleary extends to 20 points to 12 on the 51st minute. This started the floodgates opening for the Blues to start scoring lots and lots of points, as on the 58th minute, Jerome Luai is outside the 20 with the ball in hand, and he steps past Jeremiah Nanai and Dane Gagai to go in 10 metres in from the left-hand touchline. Still, nothing that Cleary is bothered about, and he adds the extras for 26 points to 12. But the Queensland defence is getting very, very porous, and it's noticeable, as on the 63rd minute, it's Nathan Cleary who goes over for a try of his own. The ball is underneath the sticks on the play of the ball, and it's a simple pass from Damien Cook to Nathan Cleary, who leaves 3 players in his wake and goes through Felice Kafusi to score just left of the posts. He converts his own try to extend the lead to 32 points to 12, and he makes it a double not 1 minute later. It's a regulation pass from dummy half right to the posts, and Nathan Cleary throws a dummy and more or less walks through 2 would-be tacklers to score under the posts. It was simple. Queensland defence was demoralised at this point, and it could have been a lot worse. Despite what the score ends up being, the score does get bigger, but it could have been worse. Nathan Cleary, though, might be in trouble with the Judiciary Committee, as he, after a bomb, he was put on report. I can't remember what the incident was for, but he chased up his own kick and he was put on report afterwards due to the incident. But first of all, we have to cover that the score was 38 points to 12 after Nathan Cleary scored the conversion of his second try as well. Angus Crichton gets over the try line next on the 73rd minute as the game is drawing to a close. A tiring Queensland team as defence is being peppered, and after they try to put a shot on Stephen Crichton, the centre goes back left in towards the middle of the pitch, and he passes to Angus Crichton, who has the freedom of Perth in front of him towards the try line, and he scores just left of the post. It was simple. The score is out to 42 with the kick to come, which, as it was close to the post, Nathan Cleary adds the extras, and it is the final score. The Blues makes Game 3 winners take all in the State of Origin 2022 as New South Wales win 44 points to 12. Brad Fittler will be overjoyed with that result because it was a complete turnaround from last week. They weren't affected by the slow play of the balls that Queensland did in the first game. just lying on the Blues men to slow down the ruck as much as they were allowed to do by the referees. The referees still let them do it in this game, but it didn't affect the Blues' momentum and fast play the ball, fast play off, then play the balls to win the game, and by a handsome score. They did not underperform in this game. They deserved to win. Game 3 is going to be something of an interesting sight to see, and hopefully more tries, more points, and a fantastic game as winner takes all. I'll be watching, will you? Anyway, that's it from my reaction. Tell me what your thoughts are in the comments below, but please remember to like, subscribe and share this video worldwide, and if you do, click that notification bell for any updates on new videos that may be coming your way. In the meantime, I wish you all the best, please to stay safe, and I'll see you in the next episode.